They say love is the most powerful force on earth. But what happens when love is no longer love? When it becomes something heavy, painful, even toxic? How do you know when it's time to let go, when holding on is hurting you more than helping you grow? In today's episode of Stoic and Facts, we explore 7 deep, meaningful signs that it's time to end your relationship. Through the lens of Stoic philosophy, this isn't about blaming, shaming, or pointing fingers. It's about clarity, self-awareness, and the wisdom to walk away when staying no longer aligns with your peace. If you've ever wondered whether you're settling, suffering, or simply stuck, this video might give you the clarity you've been searching for. Stay with us, and let's walk through this step by step. Sign 1. Constant disrespect. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." But what if your enemy isn't out there? It's in your own home, in your own relationship. Disrespect in a relationship doesn't always look loud. Sometimes it's quiet, a subtle eye roll, the silent treatment, a joke at your expense disguised as humor. Disrespect is like water eroding a stone. Day by day, comment by comment, it breaks you down. And slowly you start to believe it. You start to believe you're not worthy, not smart enough, not attractive enough, not enough. But here's what Stoicism reminds us. You are never obligated to accept treatment that erodes your dignity. Your value doesn't decrease because someone else refuses to recognize it. If you constantly have to defend your feelings, your worth, your existence, maybe you're not in a partnership. Maybe you're in a performance. Relationships should be the safest place, not a source of survival. Sign 2. You're losing yourself. Epictetus said, "First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Now think about who you were before this relationship. Were you more creative, happier, more energetic, more you? Love should inspire growth, not erase it. But some relationships slowly chip away at who you are. You stop laughing as much. You stop seeing your friends. Your dreams, passions, and hobbies fade. Not because you've outgrown them, but because you've been told subtly or directly that they don't matter, that you don't matter. In a healthy relationship, your identity is honored, not muted. Your passions are celebrated, not ignored. Your uniqueness is embraced, not criticized. If you find yourself becoming a shadow of who you used to be, it may be time to reevaluate. You weren't made to shrink. Sign 3. The relationship is one-sided. Seneca wrote, "A benefit is only a benefit if it is given willingly." Love is about mutual giving, mutual care, mutual effort. But what happens when you're always the one initiating, the one apologizing, the one picking up the emotional slack? One-sided relationships feel like quicksand. The more you give, the deeper you sink. You excuse their behavior. You tell yourself, they're just busy, or they don't know how to express themselves. But here's the truth. If someone wants to be present in your life, they will be. No excuses, no half efforts. Presence is a choice. A healthy relationship doesn't ask one person to do all the emotional labor. It's not a charity. It's not a rescue mission. It's a partnership. And if you're in it alone, you're not in a relationship. You're in a transaction. Sign 4. Emotional manipulation. Manipulation is not always obvious. Sometimes it's subtle. A shift in tone, a guilt trip, a twisted version of something you said, now turned against you. Gaslighting is one of the most dangerous forms of manipulation. It makes you question your reality, your feelings, your memories. One day you're apologizing for something you didn't do. The next you're doubting your sanity. A Stoic honors truth, clarity, reason. If the relationship only survives through confusion, blame, and guilt, it's not love. It's control. Ask yourself, do I feel free in this relationship? Or do I feel like I'm constantly editing myself just to keep the peace? You should never have to abandon your truth to preserve someone else's comfort. Sign 5. No growth, only repetition. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, taught us to live in accordance with nature. And nature is always moving, always evolving, always growing. But what if your relationship is on repeat? Same arguments, same apologies, same patterns, again and again. You say things will change. You believe them. You want to believe them. But months pass, years pass, and nothing changes. A healthy relationship is a journey, not a cycle. And cycles can trap you in nostalgia, in false hope, in a fantasy of what you wish it was instead of what it really is. Growth requires movement, but if you're stuck in place, then love becomes stagnation. And stagnation, over time, turns into decay. Sign 6. Fear is the only glue. Fear is a powerful motivator, but a terrible foundation. Many people stay in relationships not because of love, but because of fear. Fear of being alone, fear of starting over, fear of failure, fear of regret. But as Seneca reminds us, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The fear of the unknown keeps us tethered to things that no longer serve us. We trade peace for familiarity, freedom for predictability. Ask yourself, am I here because I want to be, or because I'm scared to leave? Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the decision to move forward in spite of it. You deserve a relationship built on love, not survival. Sign 7. You've outgrown the connection. Some relationships don't end because of betrayal or abuse. They end because we grow. You evolve, you change. You read new books, meet new people, explore new ideas. You start seeing the world differently, but your partner stays the same or chooses not to grow with you. And suddenly you feel a distance, not physical, but spiritual, emotional, intellectual. You've become a different version of yourself. And that's not a bad thing. It means you're living, learning, becoming. A Stoic doesn't cling to the past. They live in the present and embrace reality. And sometimes reality says, this chapter is over. It's okay to walk away, not out of bitterness, but out of respect for the journey you're on. If any of these 7 signs spoke to you, take a breath. This isn't about rushing into a breakup. It's about honest reflection. Stoicism teaches us to live with virtue, reason, and authenticity. And if a relationship no longer aligns with those values, then the bravest thing you can do is step away. You're not weak for letting go. You're wise for recognizing what no longer serves you. Honor your growth, trust your intuition, and never fear the end, because every ending makes space for a new beginning. Thank you for watching today's episode on Stoic and Facts. If this video resonated with you, drop a comment below. Tell us your story. Let others know they're not alone. Like this video, share it with someone who might need these words, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom blended with real-life truths. We're here to grow together, and remember, the path to peace often begins where comfort ends. Stay grounded, stay wise, and we'll see you in the next one.